guys, welcome back. So I'm back with the Gretsch here, the Gretsch G5427T that I did an unboxing on a couple of days ago. Purchased from Musician's Friend. Video is around what's going on with Musician's Friend and Guitar Center. Order the guitar new, comes in a non-Gretsch box with some finger marks on it. Scratches on the pick guard, clearly a display model and not a brand new item. So in any event, I think I broke the code. I think I know what's going on, and let's get to it. So in any event, this guitar, the model is a G5427T. T meaning it has a tremolo on it, has the Bigsby tremolo on it. It also comes in a G5427TG, meaning it has a tremolo and gold hardware on the guitar. Now that model is a different color. It's Midnight Sapphire. This is clearly a flamed orange. You can well see the beautiful figuring and flame on the wood here. These two models, the 5427T in this orange stain flame, and the G5427TG with the tremolo and the gold hardware in Midnight Sapphire, were made by Gretsch for Musician's Friend Guitar Center as exclusives. So if you go on the Gretsch website, you will not find that model, that color, that Midnight Sapphire with the gold hardware, or this, the flamed orange model, or for that matter, the 5427 period. It does not exist on the Gretsch website. Effectively, this is the 5420 guitar, right, with the Bigsby tremolo. The difference being that it has a flamed top or gold hardware. Those are the two upgrades that Gretsch did on this particular model and called it the 5427 for Musician's Friend Guitar Center. Now, these are the newer models. The interesting thing is when Gretsch released the newer pickups, which are these, the Filtertron 5Es, they released them on the 5420 and some of the other, 5422 and the other Gretsch line around March of 22. I believe these guitars were released slightly before that, possibly the end of 21, as these, limited edition Guitar Center Musician's Friend specials that had the same exact features. So the upgraded, right, features like China build, whether it's an upgrade or not. The older models were in Korea. The new Filtertron F5T-Es, right, which are supposedly, an enhancement over the blacktop Filtertrons from a clarity, chiminess standpoint, more like the pure, Filtertrons that are on the professional line, right? Closer to that vintage sound, if that's what you're going for. Has a trestle block in it to eliminate feedback, unwanted feedback, and giving you better sustain, right? What else do we have? C-shaped neck on this guitar as opposed to the U-shaped neck on the older models. Has the vintage open back tuners, right, on the guitar. So the enhancements on this particular model came out a little bit earlier on this particular item, which is a 2021 build, right? Limited edition, limited run for Guitar Center Musician's Friend. That explains now to me why I thought I was getting sold, an old model, which in this particular case, this color and series 5427 was made in 2021 as a limited run. So I guess when they blow them out, they blew them out. Now, apparently Musician's Friend and Guitar Center had excess inventory on these things on the floors of Guitar Center and was selling them to blow them out as new items. But at least my experience has been that when you order this model, you will not get it shipped from a warehouse as a new item. It will be, stock that Guitar Center has on hand in their stores. And they typically, I think, Musician's Friend will, depending upon where the order is, source a local Guitar Center closest to you, see if they have the inventory on hand on the floor, and ship that item. Now, in my case, they haphazardly wrapped it in shrink wrap, stuffed it in whatever box they could find, and in my case, it was a Martin box, and shipped it out without any warranty paper, without any truss rod adjustment tools, nothing, just the guitar as it is right now. Now, fortunately, it escaped major damage, in my opinion. I initially thought the truss rod might have been damaged. I've been since playing around with it. I'm not a Bigsby guy, so I'm not that familiar with this thing at all, but it appears to be working. The guitar itself does not appear to have any major, dings or damage on it, which again, I was lucky considering the fact that it wasn't in a box. It was basically wrapped in bubble wrap and thrown in a large oversized box, so it could have easily been shifted around and banged around in transport. So I think I got away with that. Oh, the other enhancement or upgrade or difference on this model, the newer models versus the older models, was this has a Laurel fretboard. The made in Korea model, the predecessor of this, has a rosewood fretboard. So again, there are folks out there that view the older guitars being better because they were made in Korea. They prefer that to China for whatever reason, and they have rosewood fretboards. These have Laurel fretboards. In my particular, and they have the Filtertron blacktops. So if you're looking for higher output pickup, more distortion friendly pickups, you may like those better. I personally like the chiminess, the twang, the clarity that comes with the newer pickups than the older Filtertron blacktops. But again, it's a personal choice. So I think that's what happened. Now, let's get back to the Musician's Friend Guitar Center situation. Am I angry? No, I'm not angry. Am I upset? No, I'm disappointed more than anything, because I think a well-known entity like Musician's Friend, that's a reputable company, has been out a long time, has an affiliation or had an affiliation or whatever you want to call it, whatever their relationship is now, with a big box store like Guitar Center, should be upfront and honest and should let the consumer and the buyer know exactly what the situation is. Now, in this particular case, because and this is the explanation I got from the rep at Musician's Friend, who I called up and followed up on this. I said, why did this happen? And they said, because we don't have any of these items in our warehouse in stock, so it defaults to sourcing an item from a local Guitar Center store. And that means that whatever inventory they have on hand, which are mostly, guitars that are hanging on the wall or demo models, are what they sell. And again, I told them I don't consider that a new sale. This clearly wasn't the case. If it was, it would have shipped in a sealed Gretsch box, would have came with a warranty card and a QC card that shows the guitar was inspected by Gretsch. It also would have came with the tools that it's supposed to ship with. Wouldn't have been shrink wrapped and thrown in a non-Gretsch box. And the guy was fumbling around and basically said, no, it's still a new guitar, blah, blah, blah. I said, I disagree. So I wasn't going to get anywhere with that, right, with that argument. But in any event, I worked out something where, he credited me something that I thought was somewhat fair. I kept the guitar. Here it is. I'm playing it. And that's, the end of the story. The moral of the story, however, is be careful when you buy an item from Musician's Friend. Because if it's, and it's not your generic items that I think are the issue, like your Squiers, your Fender guitars, anything that's a guitar that's not what they call limited edition, right? Or made specifically for Guitar Center or Musician's Friend. I don't think you'll have that problem, because I think there'll be enough stock, enough inventory, enough back stock on these guitars that wouldn't force them to do this. I've had this experience before, and it's always around these limited run, limited edition items that they get a certain amount of inventory on. Once they sell them as new, they go default to whatever stuff is lying around the Guitar Center floor and sell those items as new, which again isn't totally on the up and up in my opinion. I've had it happen to me with Mitchell guitars many times. Mitchell is the house brand of Guitar Center, and they have certain items that had limited, again, build on these items, limited supply. And when the new items and the inbox items were gone, they went and defaulted to. But in those cases, in most cases, they would send me an email notifying me up front if I still wanted the item, and they gave me an opportunity to cancel. In this particular case, which was most disturbing to me, is that wasn't the case. I never received any email stating that this would not be a brand new item in a box, shipped to me, sealed. And again, it turned out okay because I'm a hobbyist. I'm using this item for a review, which I paid for, obviously. But it wasn't a gift. If it was an item that I intended to gift, to give to someone as a gift, I would have been pissed more than I am right now, because how could I, in good conscience, give this as a gift when it wasn't even in a sealed box? It was clearly an opened item that's been used and played. So that's the story. I'm sticking to it. That's what's going on here with this particular purchase. The guitar itself, I like. I will have a video later on and give you my thoughts on how the Electromatics, are similar and yet different, how they compare with Streamliner builds, what you can expect from each, if one is better for you than the other. But right now, I will just play around with this guitar a little bit and let you hear what it sounds like. It's going through a Spark 40 watt, positive grid amp. And you can hear what this guitar sounds like with some, just basic strumming, clean chords. That was with two pickups engaged. Here's with just the neck pickup. And now just the bridge pickup, and that's where you get more of your trebly, chimey, twangy sound. Let's put a little overdrive on, and you can hear what the pickup sounds like with some gain. Individual notes with some distortion, then I'll go back to clean with some individual notes, just so you can hear what the guitar, the tone variance is. Okay? Here is the neck pickup. Middle pickup, middle position, both pickups. And finally, just the bridge pickup. And we'll take off the distortion, back to clean. Middle, both pickups. And the bridge pickup. And I will now play it totally acoustic so you can hear what the volume sounds like if you want to fiddle around with the guitar unplugged. It has plenty of volume unplugged, so if you just want to use it as in an acoustic mode, you can certainly do that. It's got more volume than you would with, obviously, with a solid body, and slightly more than with a semi-hollow because it's a full hollow. So yeah, I mean, this is the G5427T for tremolo, Gretsch hollow body guitar. Any questions, put them below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. If you like these videos, please subscribe. And as always, guys, until the next time, be well and stay safe. Take care.